Mini skirt on, dip my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Two foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, dip my body in.
Welcome back to A Little Bit a Lot with your host, Kristen. Today I have a special guest. My boyfriend of 10 years. Actually, this year will be 11. Dub.
It's Dub. How y'all doing?
AKA JuWan.
Juju.
AKA, yeah, Juju. Coogee, if you want to be. It's such a cute nickname. I don't know. I just always find that so funny that there's one person out there that calls you Coogee. Shout out to Takaya. Have you ever heard this?
Shout out to Takaya. Y'all subscribe to her?
Yes, actually, Takaya does make content. Yeah. Anyways, this Face ID is killing me. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to be real chill, real regular. Today, we just have like a simple episode. We're going to just do a Q&A, see where that takes us, and have a little bit of fun. No real purpose here, just going in. So why don't we just jump right in, okay? Let's get straight into the gags. So we pulled up some like random questions, since obviously we don't have any listeners yet to, give us questions and feedback. So the first question...
What we got
is, out of the 4 seasons, what's your favorite one?
You want me to go first, or?
Yeah, you can go first.
Me personally, I think it's pros and cons to all of them, especially living in the Midwest where you get snow and it's like you get a little bit of everything. I always wondered how would it be living like in places like California and Arizona, where it's like desert weather.
Right.
Yeah, where it's barely rain.
Because my coworker is always talking about like Arizona, and I just honestly feel like I would suffer there. I feel like that would just be really too dry for me. Like, I have extremely dry skin as it is. Ugh. Like, feeling a dry heat makes me literally want, like, it feels like it's sucking the life out of me. You ever felt that? Where you just, like, sometimes are just so uncomfortable, where you physically feel like the life is being sucked out of you?
Yes. Our body is like, what they say, 90% water, so that's just getting dried up.
Honestly, yeah. That probably is a scientific
Y'all excuse
thing.
me. My examples be crazy.
I mean, but it's like valid. It's valid. We're talking about dry conditions, and we're talking about water in our bodies. Like, I would think that the earth can pull that from me on some Avatar, where it's like you're a water bender, and I'm gonna take. That makes me think about what's the game we play? Mortal Kombat with that blood bending lady.
Yeah, that's a real Avatar.
I wish I could water bend, blood bend. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, but I would say I would have to go with fall. I love, a hoodie moment, where I had nice pants, the weather is misty, and, seeing all the pretty leaves, just everything about fall is just great. It seemed like it don't be that many bugs out either for some reason. You think so?
Honestly, I agree. With where we are, where we live, that's like the time which you're not gonna see that many bugs, for real.
Right. But I feel like since we live in the Midwest, like I was saying, I feel like we really don't. Well, I think we more at an advantage than other places because we actually get to experience all 4 seasons, like on an extreme level.
Oh my god, you're right, because it's like once it's like fall, it's really giving fall here. It's spring is springing.
Right.
So.
But if I didn't live in the Midwest, I would have to say spring. Because you get a cool temp. I'm a summer baby. I'm a Gemini. My birthday in June.
That's true.
I mean, I'm used to summer, but whenever we get a cool temp, like, that's why I like fall and Yeah, but overall, I have to say fall because the scenery as well.
Oh my god, yeah, like that's one thing that my CEO of my job is always talking about in the fall times, like getting out there, you know, seeing the beautiful scenery in Michigan. And it's like when you're like, you know, privileged and you can go up to a camp and stuff. I mean, cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine how beautiful like real deal Michigan looks. Like that's the views that we don't get living in like a suburban like city area. But I can only imagine like the parts of Michigan that are like super beautiful in the fall, what those look like.
If we get 500 likes, we'll do a cabin vlog.
What?
500 likes, we'll do
We're
a
on the
cabin
scene and
vlog.
we're in a cabin. That reminds me of like DDG's vlog when him and Hallie went to that cabin out somewhere. I would not want to do that. I would be so scared of like somebody like it's just too open. Like anybody could break in that. I don't know why I feel like more paranoid about a break-in in a cabin than like my house.
Yeah, that's why you keep good old Glockiana.
Too many Glockies.
I got it done.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like fall is my favorite season. You already know that. I'm a spooky gal in a spooky world. I love Halloween, and honestly that's been kind of like more of a recent development within the past like 5 years. I've started to like really like Halloween because growing up we didn't celebrate Halloween for some reason. My dad was always like, it's the devil's holiday, and I literally never went trick-or-treating until I was like 17. And JuWan knows this. Me and my sister were like, we're gonna take a hold of those childhood memories and create new ones. And we've been like very intentional about like creating new experiences for us that we were never able to experience growing up. And it's not like we weren't able to do anything, but when it came to Halloween, we never went trick-or-treating.
Right.
So, you know, I've really come to like it. I love the fall. I love fall decor. I love Halloween decor. Now that me and JuWan have our apartment together, it's something that we both, I feel like, have come to enjoy together. Decorating.
Yeah, I like to put a bunch of skulls everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, we have like different aesthetics when it comes to Halloween decor choices. I'm more of a boo, spooky, like ghost, and he's like death and metal and skulls. Yeah, it's a lot. Is he well? Check in next week and see.
200 likes will tell you.
No. And please, can we at least get that? That's what we need.
Right.
Honestly, I would be like literally gassed if my podcast got 200 likes.
Yes.
Like given on YouTube, that's like incredible. Yeah, so next question. Fall is both of our verdict. It says, what is the most absurd thing you've been tricked into doing or believing? I don't know. It's hard for me to say that I've been like tricked into doing something because I've always been a very strong.
Yeah, 10 toes. 10
No,
toes.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
That's her favorite word. No. For sure.
Like I've always been like strong with my own self boundaries. So, but most absurd thing tricked into doing or believing, I don't even know.
I mean, I've been through so many situations. Tricked into believing something?
Like the first thing that comes to my mind when it comes to tricked into believing something is when you know that song "Slow Down, I Just Want to Get to Know You."
Bobby Valentino?
Yeah, Bobby Valentino.
Yeah, Bobby Valentino.
If anybody our age is listening, know that me and JuWan, even though Bobby Valentino has been in some like crazy media situations within the last like 10 years, we
living
believe
his truth.
He is.
Good job, brother.
But we believe in 2000, whatever early 2000 debut era Bobby Valentino is gonna forever be rocking with him. You know what I mean?
He was unstoppable.
Ooh,
Well, you know, if you think about it, he was a star of his group in the 90s. You know, Tupac said, with Blackberry Molasses song was his favorite song.
That's
So
a Bobby
shout
Valentino
out to
song?
Bobby Valentino.
Wait, I did not know he was in a group.
Yes, he was in the group. Yeah. From the trenches, for sure.
This is news to me. No, we ride by Bobby Valentino.
Yes.
But the slow down, I just want to get to know you, but don't turn around because the pretty round thing looks good to me. I asked my dad, what did he mean by little pretty brown thing? What did he say?
Look good to me. It does.
The pretty round thing, I was like, what is that? Because I was young at the time, so I didn't really understand what that pretty round thing he was talking about. Obviously, I know now he was talking about her butt. But my dad, obviously, I'm young, and he's like, I don't really know what to say. I don't want to say it's about her butt. So he told me that it was about the moon. So for a really long time, until like I was like, I don't even know what age in high school, I listened to the song again. I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm saying it's good to me. And I said, yeah, look up with shooting stars. I'm thinking it's about the
Cause I pretty round
thing is good to me. I'm thinking this all the time. It's about the moon. And that's what my dad told me. So I don't know, like that's absurd to me. That's all I can think about.
Well, I got an embarrassing story.
Okay.
We got this thing in Flint called Back to the Bricks. And
Every summer.
back in the day, Metro used to have, you know, they used to be big on Samsungs. And we used to have this like lanyard looking thing where you can hang your phone down and, you know, you about 14, 13.
Oh, so you can attach your phone to the lanyard?
Right.
It's like hanging on your neck? Okay.
Right, so you 13, 12, you know, thinking you balling because you got a phone hanging and everything. And I'll never forget, this little black boy came up to me like, ooh, let me see your phone. And, you know, I'm like, just grab it. He just snatched it and like ran into the crowd.
What the actual... And this was some boy you never knew, you never met?
No, he had to be like 6.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
You're not finna catch no little 6-year-old energetic
Believe me, I tried it at Dave and Buster's.
from Flint.
At that, he's like super hitter at 6.
Yes,
in training.
that is a grown man at 6.
Yeah, honestly, in Flint years,
so that was an
you're
L.
full born.
And I thought I was hard. I thought I was stunting. You know, hanging the phone. Yeah.
It's like getting your chain snatched, but it's worse because it's your phone on there too. What do you even tell your mom when you get home? I bet you
That's another episode.
Oh yeah, I bet you it took a minute for you to get another phone.
That's another episode.
Oh my god!
But yeah, I was gullible. I should have been like no or something, or no, I shouldn't have had it around my neck. That was my
Honestly,
first mistake.
yeah. But you're a kid. You were not thinking that anywhere else. Like, what is the probability of that situation happening? That's just such a Flint story. Oh my god!
I never wanted a police officer so bad to look at me. Black male.
I have a literal need. Did anybody see that? Did
hope not.
anybody see that?
I hope not. That's a distant memory.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Okay, I'm trying to find another question.
We love kids. We just want y'all.
Yeah, honestly. Shout out to all the kids out there.
You know.
It says, what is the greatest risk you have ever taken? That seems like a good question. What's the greatest risk you have ever taken?
I mean, you know, again, Flint. You know, I feel like we have like polar opposites, like just being out there. Like, cause I was going to parties and everything, and being like a delinquent, and he was like going to cheerleading practice and
Yeah.
things like that. So my story is always going to be like
Literally wild.
yeah
compared to mine.
So I had went to a party and it was over like at 12, and it was like at least 30 miles from my house, and I had to walk home, and that was risky because of the people I was with. Didn't really care about life, so I'm the only one that cares. And then somehow
the people I was with, they didn't really care about life.
Somehow I got
horrid.
Freaking pepper spray all on my face because it was fights all in the party.
Oh my god!
And I must have tried to real fast, and now we had to run into the first store, which was Little Caesars, to get some water or something. They ain't had nothing, so I had to stick my head in some snow just to freaking So it was a risk even going to the party with those people.
So basically, you're saying the risk was going to the party with these people because it ended up with you getting pepper sprayed and diving your head in snow. Oh my god.
So, moral of the story is, if you want to have fun, take a risk. But make sure the risk is worth it.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm trying to think about what I could say about my risk. But I don't know. I just feel like I haven't really taken too many risks. But like the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about that is like work. Because sometimes I feel like I took a risk when I decided to leave my job in 2020.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was yes.
But it feels like so regular. That feels
I mean,
like a regular
if
risk.
you're
Your
talking about
story with being freaking sprayed in the face.
I mean, if you're talking about an uplifting risk, like, shoot, me working at my first job at Little Caesars, ironically, I wasn't making no money. And you remember when I went to that Bryson Tiller concert? That's going to be another video.
He caught pneumonia.
That's another video. But
honestly, we should put as the title for that video, "Getting Pneumonia at a Bryson Tiller Concert?" ? Story time. Like, what?
Yes.
People will be like, huh?
Comment below if you want to hear that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I had to make a decision. Like, did I want to make money or did I just want to stay flipping pieces? So I had to make the decision to take that risk to get into the health field. After Little Caesars, I started working at group homes for at least 4 years, and I was scared of the highway. And this job was like an hour away, and I had to take a risk for money. I said, let me get over this fear of the highway and let me try to, find out about this health field thing. And, my life changed right after that.
Change, yeah. You couldn't find your birth certificate that morning. Like, oh my god.
Was that a trauma triggering? Like, why that's the first thing you say?
Because that was really triggering to me. Because the situation irritated me so bad.
Wow.
Because I was like, golly, like, why can't, somebody was holding a hostage. So that was even crazier. But, yeah, you definitely took a risk there. And I took a risk quitting my job, like, literally right at the beginning of the pandemic. Because that was just insanity. Like, I'm literally ready to put my 2 weeks in. Mm-hmm. I put my 2 weeks in. And because I literally hated the assignment. It was the job I didn't mind, but the assignment that I had literally had me like ready to jump off a cliff.
What was the assignment?
Remember I had to do PET.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's PET?
See that, and then when it comes to getting into like technicalities of my job, nobody here cares about radiology. that any of my listeners give a crap about radiology.
Yeah.
But it's a scan that people get when they have cancer to detect if the cancer is like what stage it is, or even if you're done with treatment, if it's gone.
Sounds important though.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be stressful.
It was extremely stressful.
Oh, God.
Because we only did it twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in charge of calling all the patients, letting them know what they can and can't eat, telling them that they have to come up here to pick up something to drink, the prep, so that way we could see what's going on inside of their body when they get the imaging done. And people used to just be like grumpy, like they don't want somebody calling them being like, you can't eat bread, you can't eat drink coffee.
Oh yeah, they hate that.
Literally, if
I
you
can't
tell,
even chew gum.
that used to take them out too. That used to really take them out, the gum. But the big deal breaker for majority of the people was coffee. Because if you're telling an elderly person that they can't drink their morning coffee before coming to do something that they don't even want to do.
That's worse than cigarettes.
Yeah. And they couldn't smoke cigarettes either. So half the time these coffee drinkers are cigarette smokers, because my dad is, my mom is. And you're telling them that they can't have their morning coffee or their cigarette. They're like, I don't care about my health. This is too much for me.
I don't think I've never saw neither of my parents smoke cigarettes. But I know my mom. Never mind. Love you, mama. Love you, mama.
Yeah, honestly. Let's do the conversation. But yeah, that job was just physically draining because you have to like call patients all day long, and then half of them are like, grumpy because they're in pain, like you got cancer, and confused. Half of them don't even have anybody to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Half of them can't even hear. And then telling them all these restrictions and then making sure that they actually show up for their appointment was just too much.
Insane.
So I ended up quitting because they were promising me that I'd be able to like do another job in what I was actually credentialed in, and it just wasn't happening. So it's like, okay, I may as well quit. And I got another job at the hospital that my mom has been working at since she was pregnant with me. And as I was like my last day of work, the last couple days of work, they were moving people out of the office to work from home. Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, Kristen, there's no point in you doing that because, you're about to leave. So I was the only person working in the office for like my last week. It was just me and my manager every day because everyone else was working from home because COVID was becoming a thing. Mm-hmm. And then I had to start a new job literally at the height of COVID where their workforce was also transitioning to working from home too. So it was really awkward, but in the end, I think the risk was worth the reward was worth the risk. Mm-hmm. Because in the end, I ended up leaving that job too and went back to the first job. Was able to get the position that I wanted in the department that I wanted, doing what I got a degree for and getting paid more, and then working from home. So it's giving success story. I say on both of our behalves, honestly.
Yes, both of our risks came with rewards because now I am a CNA for like 4 years now, for 5 years.
Something.
So, I've been thriving ever since. And, I mean, that was even another risk, because I was complacent in the group homes. And the same question came again. I need money. What I'm going to do? Am I going to stay here? And now I'm making the most money I ever made, ever, So, all glory to God.
Period, honestly. Higher power, if you will.
Higher power. But, I still always get those thoughts like, wow, COVID, the pandemic was really a thing. Because, I think for all the listeners, if you're around our age, 27, this is like our real first, like, knowledgeable going with it pandemic. Like, to say like, yeah, it was a pandemic. Like, yeah, you had the recession, you had pandemics from the HIV, all that, AIDS and stuff was a pandemic.
Epidemic.
Epidemic.
So they're different, but it's a crisis, nonetheless.
That's on that crisis.
Period.
This crisis is in general. Like, this was our first crisis, and it's like the rest of the world just moved on. But I feel like people our age is like, dang, still, you know, or maybe it's just me. Can't believe that actually happened. Like, jobs, everything was affected. The world
we couldn't
was
even
affected.
see each other at the time. That was the part that, like, I always think about actively when I think about it at the beginning, was how annoying it was for us to see each other. And neither of our families wanted either of us to see each other because we didn't know anything about COVID.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even want us going to the room. Because back in the day, before we lived together, we used to have to, like, to spend the night with each other and quality time. Man, we would book a hotel.
And we would get so jealous at other friends, like, because they parents are a little lenient and, you know, ours wasn't. So, but they had a girlfriends or boyfriends spend the night and all of that. And all we had was a couch and hotels. So,
honestly, yeah. So, like, if that's all we have and you take that away from us during the pandemic, when it's already, like, scary and depressing, and then on top of that, we can't be with each other, it's like, what? That was, like, it was horrible. Ugh, that was so awful. I remember I saw your mom and Meyer, and I'm like, do I hug you? Do I not? Like, it was just a scary time.
Yes.
Ugh. I can't believe we're, like, still basically in the pandemic.
Yeah. I think it's going to be here forever. You know, I just heard somebody caught shingles the other day. I'm like, I guess that's still around too.
Yeah, and old people, I think.
Like, wow.
Was it an old person?
Yes, it was an old person.
Yeah.
Okay. That's insane.
Next question is, what's the most addictive game for you? My current addictive game is called Lake on the PS5. We just got a new PS5 last week because the first one we had. Period. All my controllers down there. Because I did literally throw it down there the first time. But this game is called Lake, and if you're a listener that's like me, I know you'll like this game. It's a super cozy game. You drive around and you pretend to be a mail lady.
She's a mail lady.
Mail. And now, honestly, it's changed the way that I view the post office. Like, earlier today,
you know, post office, hey, they are every mailman I know is happy. So
yeah,
they gotta be heard as good benefits and everything.
On top of that, yeah, because you're a government employee and you lose weight from walking.
That's great.
You can get snatched, but there's like a lot of cons to being a mail person that I literally can never do.
Yeah. People.
Man, for real. People's houses, environments, neighborhoods I don't want to be in, situations I don't want to be in, animals. It's all just too much.
Them dogs.
Yeah. But earlier when I was driving to my mom's house, I saw 2 mail trucks, like, literally driving after each other. And I just smiled. And I'm like, look at that.
You got a package?
Let me help you actually in your route. I'll just like hold on to something in the back and just ride along because I'm curious now about the life of a male person. Like, I don't know why I just smile every time I see a mail truck now.
Ah, that's so sweet, boo.
Yeah, and then I passed by where one was like pulling out of on Linden Road. They had to pull into the driveway to drop off a package, and I saw him like backing out, but he like was like all up on the grass, and I'm like, that's how I back out on the game too, just kind of recklessly.
Don't it seem like Linden Road is like the best street in Flint?
It's
Flint
also,
Township.
I feel like if
Flint.
anything, it's like the most dangerous because everybody knows that everybody speeds on that road.
Everything is on that road. The mall, like.
I would say Miller Road is better, but Linden and Miller are intertwined. Crossroads.
You're right.
Yeah.
I would say my game right now is WWE 2K23.
Yes.
Add me on PlayStation. We're going to add it, in the description.
Yep.
But,
I'll be sure to do that.
But yeah, Wrestling is life. I've always been like a gamer. My first game was 2K, but you know everybody in 2K community knows, you know, the last good 2K. I wouldn't even say good. The last alright 2K was 2K21.
I thought you were gonna say 19.
No, that was the best 2K.
Oh yeah,
For sure, 2K19. But you know, I'm excited for the new 2K24 that's coming out pretty soon. You know, the crossplay. Now we could play Xbox people.
what?
Like Fortnite. So,
I know that.
yeah, I got my community back. You know, we all on here. It's about 15 of us. So you Xbox people.
I don't know why I thought the community was like 5 folks.
You Xbox people.
Bow, bow.
I'm gunning.
No, that's gonna be like the clash of the century. I'll be interested to see what the online communities are gonna have to say about that.
It's my girls, but hey, y'all can hit my socials if y'all want some smoke.
Yeah, honestly, JuWan was out here playing with celebrities, so watch out. Well, that brings us to the conclusion. It's been 30 minutes. This episode went by quick.
I did.
We didn't even really answer a lot of questions, but honestly, I feel like that's the best part about a pod, because you can just like make that become the main conversation, and you don't really have to move on if you don't want to. Because we could have just made that one question the whole episode.
We could have.
It made that the theme.
Yeah, we both some talkers. So.
Right. This has felt extremely natural, and I honestly don't know why you don't want to do the podcast with me, because I feel like this would be way easier if it were both of us. Now that I'm like thinking, but it was really easy to talk to myself. But it's like, god dang, this was like even more fun.
Yeah, you know, I'm always gonna be bad guys. Y'all show her some support, you know, because she needed, you know.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the biggest out here. And I love you.
Love you too. Alright, well, we'll see you next week. Bye.